Evening, folks. So apparently there's been a patch on The Witcher 3. Let's see, shall we? I'm really hoping that that is the case, because it is a thing that has sorely needed a patch for the past few days. Let's be honest, it's been terrible. So let's hope that there has been a patch, or that the patch has done some work. Because at the moment, yeah, Witcher 3, it should be... I don't know. I don't want to complain about it anymore. I don't want to turn into the doc. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm playing Warzone and hating it, and then coming back to it a few days later, playing it again and hating it. It's just exhausting to watch. You know what I mean? So I want to enjoy The Witcher 3 for what it is. At the moment, I'm sorely disappointed. You know? At the moment. But, you know, it is what it is. I'm going to turn on ray tracing, just so you can see what's going on. I'm going to throw you onto the... In fact, I'm going to see if I can actually have a game capture now. Because apparently there was an issue with a game capture with The Witcher 3, where... There we go. 3. Where the OBS would not recognise the game. Simply because, well, The Witcher 3... Yeah, I don't think it's even recognised. Oh, yeah, it is. There it is. Okay, cool. Excellent stuff. That solves a lot of problems. Right, so we have our first bit of good news. Alright, so that patch has solved that issue. The patch has solved at least one issue, and that is that the game was not able to be played in any way, shape, or form in a nice way. Without me. So what I used to have to do was I used to have to capture my entire screen to show you what the game was like and what was going on. Now I don't, which is nice. So let's try and turn on RTX into the new patch and see what's happened. I have stayed away from the game for a little while just to see. Okay, so RTX is now on. I might put it on Ultra just to see what works, what happens. The PC can handle it. I've tested it. I've tested it in recording and it's handled it just fine. So let's have a little look, shall we? Let's see if it works. What is going on in the chat? You guys talking about the EU and stuff?
The Witcher's contact in Velen was to be Hendrik, the Emperor's spy. Hendrik was operating incognito in that war-ravaged land. His mission, to gather intelligence about Ciri. Yet Geralt arrived too late. The Wild Hunt had reached Hendrik first. The Witcher learned nothing from the spy's corpse, but the Wraiths had failed to find his notes. Geralt read them and knew that Ciri had been a guest of the Bloody Baron, a local warlord, and that she'd quarreled with a witch.
Hey, Explore. Hi, Emperor. Mintoff, how's it going, man? Hey, Hoya. Hope you're all having a good evening. So, this is everything turned on. We're currently getting... Oh, not good. Not good. 19 frames per second. Right, so they haven't fixed everything then. They haven't fixed everything. That's horrible. Yeah, they've not fixed that yet. Okay, let's turn that off. Let's turn that off. Yeah, they've not fixed that at all. They've not fixed that at all, unfortunately. Rebuild that, rebuild that. Right, now. We're now getting... It's not stable at all. It's going down to like 8 and then 30 and then 8 and then 30 constantly all the time. So that's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. Okay, so... we will go down to the settings that we did have. Hopefully the game is just more stable. I mean... one can only hope, right? If you put Hairworks on again, I'm going to get really annoyed. No, it's good. Why have you got all this on Ultra? I wanted to do it on Ultra Plus. Please remember what I put on from last time. That would be awesome. Alright, guys. With ray tracing off, right? Which doesn't really make that much of a difference. We're now getting 120 frames per second. So you tell me whether it's hardware or not. With ray tracing on, with a 3070 and a very good Ryzen GPU, right? With a 3070, we were getting 20 frames per second with RTX on, and now we've taken it off. We're getting 120 frames per second. That's not hardware. That is, unfortunately, that is the game, and there's not much I can do about that. Look how smooth that is on the gorgeous. What a shame. The main thing that they advertise for on the PC doesn't work, and this is why I will never give them a rest. Never, guys. Never, ever, ever. I will never give them a rest. You know? Well, I'll say this, Mintoff, right? I've played... The reason why I'm so frustrated with it is because I've played Cyberpunk 2077 with full ray tracing, full everything on at max, and I get 60, 70 frames per second on this card. Even when I'm recording it, even when I'm streaming it, 60, 70 frames per second, no problem. And yet this game, which is older, has ray tracing on it, and all of a sudden I'm getting 20 frames per second. Do you know what I mean? It just doesn't strike me as something that is good. Like, it shouldn't happen.
Blow yourself! Kill him, strip him, then dump him in a ditch!
Okay. Do it. KJ can't,
You're dead!
Did I hit any of them, man? Well, you're kidding me, aren't you? Right, okay, okay. The horseback combat is fucking shit on this game, isn't it? It's just no point. Just get off the fucking horse. Come here. Right, come on.
Don't let him touch his Gonna kill you!
Right. Before we were rudely interrupted, let me just do a bit of meditation and we'll carry on our way. But that's the thing, yeah. The thing is yeah, as I was saying, like Cyberpunk, all those games I get similar frame rates to what I'm getting now with everything turned on, ray tracing and everything. It's the developers who did this retread of the game that have got. And I'm not the only 3070 user or 30 or 40 series user to complain about it and be like, look, this is not working properly. You know, this is just not working properly. We'll leave it for now anyway. I just wanted to test it at the start of my playthrough tonight, because we have had that new patch. The new patch has added a few things that I like. One, the Steam overlay is back on, the game overlay is back on, so OBS actually recognises the game, which is nice. So, you know, we're heading in the right direction, is what I think. We're heading in the right direction. We're not there yet, but we are heading in the right direction. More patches needed for RTX, I think. I just wish companies would start, like, actually making games that work. Do you know what I mean? Wouldn't that be nice? That we got a game at release that would just work.
Sure,
That would be nice, wouldn't it?
go there. Just thinking.
Okay. Pantry's been robbed. Hands off my plums. Jenny of the Woods. I think we've already got Jenny of the Woods, didn't we? Didn't we already do that?
He's bound to come back, isn't he?
Don't want to.
You ain't safe less you got a Gabrielle. The auto-crank one-handed Gabrielle ensures you get the first shot and the last word.
Good marketing. Can you craft something for me?
Need something crafted.
Right, let's go and repair some stuff, shall we? Here's the other thing that I don't like about games that aren't really role-playing games. I wish I could spec Geralt to be able to make and repair his own weapons. Every character I've ever had in a game does that. They do that kind of a thing, where they make and repair their own weapons, because I like doing that. It's something I would love to learn how to do in real life. Can't do it, though, because I'm not allowed, because Geralt doesn't do that kind of thing, so... yeah. There you go, I guess. Repair equipped. There you. And let's go to the shop. I will sell you some things, if that's alright. Where do I do that? Mantle shop. Where do I... oh, here's all my stuff. Okay. So I will sell you that, them, that, 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 that. Lovely.
So long.
Yeah, that's me with the ray tracing.
Today?
Out the way.
Never visit them.
Am I being crazy though? Like the ray tracing doesn't really add anything. We do a little test, right? Do a little test, guys. Shut up! Shut up!
Sharp tongue on her, but
Didn't ask much for it.
Shut up!
besides, she got
How did you get there?
She's not
That's the point.
Stop talking! Jesus Christ! Everybody in this fucking town is talking at the same time. Right. Here's what we'll do. Fuck my life. Shut up. We just walked out there and like, it's 5 people talking at us at the same time.
If
Right.
only me man were forever getting tossed at the tavern.
Right. I want you to tell me if you can tell the difference. Aside from the...
The Baron's men burn the
Oh,
village.
for fuck's sake. I'm getting out of here. I'm getting out of here. They're doing my head in. I'm about to start killing people. Right. I want you to tell me if you can see the difference in ray tracing or not ray tracing, right? I want you to tell me... What the fuck's this guy doing out of here? They're following me. Fuck off.
Gods preserve you.
Get out. Go away. Right. Right, so. This is without ray tracing. This is no ray tracing at all. No ray tracing. Okay? No ray tracing. I'll leave it on for another second just so you can have a little look at it. Thank you very much, Edward Bailey. Cheers, mate. He says, in 40k, do you think an average human would beat a Primarch in a fight or give them a run for their money? No. No, never. I think that is one of them irrefutable laws that I would like to put in 40k, where no, Primarchs can't be beaten by anybody who is even slightly human. So this is no ray tracing at all, right? This is what it is. We are getting 120 FPS at the moment, stable, which is my marker for a very good game, very well made game, right? That's what it looks like. Now let's put ray tracing on, shall we? Hopefully it doesn't crash like it likes to do. Right. This is Ray Tracing Ultra. This is everything on. Now, I did this the other day, and there was no... Well, I was getting really bad frame rates, but... Okay, this is Ray Tracing on. Everything on. Can you tell the difference? Tell me in the chat if you can tell the difference. There's a difference in weather, because the weather has changed. But can you tell the difference? This is everything on. I can tell the difference a little bit. Right. Somehow we're now on 30 frames per second. Which is doable. I will play at 30 frames per second. I'm not a snob. Right? Right, so that's ray tracing on. Let's put ray tracing down another notch. Let's put it down another notch so we can see just what's going on here. So this is ray tracing on, but not all the bells and whistles. This is just ray tracing on. Alright, what do you guys think? No, says Edward. No, says Mintoff. Okay. Hoyer says, yeah, he can see the difference. I can see the difference. I'm not saying there is no difference. I can see the difference. It does look better with the ray tracing on. But does it look like 100 frames less better? Do you know what I mean? Does it look 100 frames less better is what I'm saying. Can you guys put up with watching this in 30 frames per second? We seem to be getting 30 frames stable. I don't know why. Will you guys be able to put up with 30 frames per second for it to look like this? Right, let me run around for a little bit. Test it out. So this is exactly what it will look like on consoles, by the way. So I'm running at 40 frames per second now. And then there's a huge frame rate dip. What was that all about? What's that all about? See? This is how bad the game is. Look, I'm on 20, 10, 17, 23 frames per second. I was just on 30, just fine there. 30 just fine, and now look what I'm doing. 30, 34, 36, 40, 38, 40. This is 40 frames per second now. Why is it 40 frames per second over here, where there's more foliage and more things for the game to render, more things for the CPU to worry about, and then when I go in an open fucking field with nothing really to load, watch. 44, 43, 39, 35, and here we go, 20. What's the difference? Why is it 20 over here and 40, 50 over there? I don't understand. Look at that. And then we come over to where there's more stuff for it to render. This should be harder to render, this place here. Smooth, buttery smooth. No problem at all. No problem at all. Buttery smooth. Badly made game. It's just a badly made game. The Witcher 3 is brilliant. The remake of this for PC is atrocious. Technically, it's atrocious. Have they programmed this with their fucking toes? 40, 40, 42. No problems here. Right, I'm going to keep it on frame rate. I'm going to keep it on ray tracing for now. And if it goes down much more, then we'll cut it out and we'll go back to just ultra everything, right? But I can't really see that much of a difference. It looks nice. Don't get me wrong, it looks nice. And weirdly, we were getting higher frame rates with everything. Here's the other thing. We were getting higher frame rates with the RT Ultra settings on. Yeah. The big ones. We were getting better frame rates with these. How are we getting better frame rates when we turn the graphical options up? It's just a really badly made game. Technically. Yeah, The Witcher 3, one of the best games ever made. This version of Witcher 3 is not very well made at all. Alright, we're in the town. This should be really hard for it to render. It should be really struggling here. It's not.
Don't want to hear that.
Which
did he love it? Aye, she did indeed.
Dovsky, Gruvsky the Dovsky says you see how bad it becomes in cities. Oh man, when we get to Novigrad, I'm turning this down to like fucking ultra and I'm taking ray tracing off. I've seen people with 4070s and 4080s tank to like 3 to 10 frames a second.
Ought to be able to find the witch now.
Alright. I've just been eavesdropping this entire time without me even realising.
Maybe I should send me man to the creek.
Me man went to see the witch again.
I tell you, sorry you like from their bodies.
Since my husband went to her, does he sit outside?
Looks to be a large large stone near the pond.
What do I got to do to get me a sword like that?
It's gotta be amazing like me, son. Be amazing like me.
Don't you look at me.
I wasn't looking at you. Oh.
Making me a slingshot. Gonna hunt bears.
Right, let's walk through here, see where what we can find. It does look better with the ray tracing on. I'm not gonna sit here and say it doesn't. It does. It looks better with ray tracing on. It doesn't look like 80 to 90 frames better with ray tracing on. Grovsky, I am there with... Thank you. Thank God we got somebody in the chat. I mean, I love you all, but thank God we finally got somebody who knows my pain. He's probably got a better PC than me, and he's struggling to run this. Right? I've got a decent gaming PC. It's a 3070 in there. Very good CPU. Lots of really good quality RAM. You know, really, really good PC. You know, an Audi TT, you know, of a PC for gaming. You know? And then you've got somebody with a fucking Bugatti Veyron in the chat saying, yeah, I can't run it either. It's like, that 25 frames, 26 frames, look at this. Silly. Here's the stone we
There's the
want.
boulder. Now right, and onto the cart.
23 frames. Yeah, I'm turning it down, guys. I'm turning it down. I'm not having you watch that. That's ridiculous. I'm not having that. You're not watching that. You can... I'll do... There we go. Turned ray tracing down a little bit. And we're getting less frames now than we were with the really... I'm putting it on Ultra, guys. I'm putting it on Ultra. Oh, 53 frames per second. Yeah, I'm putting it on Ultra. I'm not doing this. Ray tracing's broken for the moment. We'll just go with that, right? Ray tracing's broken. Switch it all off. And there you go, 120 frames per second. It's just silly, isn't it? It's just so silly. Look how smooth that is. 120 frames per second. We've gone from 20 to 120 by switching ray tracing off. I'm keeping it on Ultra for a while, lads. I'm keeping it on Ultra.
The cart. The witch's hut is somewhere nearby.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Hey, you little fucker. Little fucker.
Poor girls are hurt and don't give milk, and we've another young'un on the way. Save us, kind miss.
What'll we do without our Yagna?
Miss, cows are wheezing, won't rise from the barn floor. Pus streams from her snout.
Do I look like a dairymaid to you?
No, miss, but you know things. 'Tis our last cow. None other left in the village.
Rest died of hunger, or soldiers let him off. Oh, we're as good as dead without her.
I shall give you herbs. Mix them with water drawn from the spring at midnight, then make the cow drink them. But first, you must clean out your barn thoroughly. Is that clear?
Thank you, miss. 1,000 thanks.
Enough. I've had my fill for the day. Go home.
Witch must bang.
She's in a foul mood. We'd best come back on the morrow.
Watch what you say. She's quick to ire, apt to take revenge.
Shut up.
Bitch is in a proper fury.
Anyone home? Ordinary ointment. Nothing special.
Fair enough. Recipe for black eyeliner. Okay, don't need that.
Now, where's she run off to? Managed to amass quite a book collection.
Yeah, that's also the thing.
Pentagram in chalk.
Yeah. Consoles have no issues. But to be fair, like, somebody showed me how it looks on consoles, and it doesn't look much better than... In fact, it doesn't look better than even... non-ray tracing PC, to be honest with you. Hanged Man's Venom. Alright. I'm just realising how bloody... still temperamental the controls are. I don't know what I was expecting from a next-gen re-release, you know? But it really is temperamental. It really doesn't want to work at times.
Powerful aura. Must be some artifact or... So this is where she disappeared to.
Now, here's another thing, right? That house, I can see the frame rate in the top left-hand corner, right? But you guys can't. But in that house, we were getting 25 frames per second. In this area, look how gorgeous this is.
Well, nice.
Yeah, 120. It's a badly made game. As Gruvsky says.
I was wondering how long it would take you, Geralt.
Or Gruvsky, whatever.
I'm upstairs. Don't be shy.
It's a badly made game. Ray tracing's fine. Ray tracing works just fine. It's not what everyone says it is what I'm saying. Yeah, it's kind of overrated. It is kind of overrated for what it does. But, at the same time, you know, it's what you do with it. And, you know, CDPR are not very good developers,
Witcher.
obviously. Goodbye, ad revenue. Hello, naked Keira Metz.
Missed a spot.
Where? Hope you didn't come to talk.
No. To talk.
Turn around and wait.
No. See, I want the option to just be like, nah, I'm good. Just gonna stay here. Hey, clothes are on. Never mind. I don't want to talk anymore. I'm leaving. See ya.
Keira Metz, deep in the heart of Velen. Thought you hated the countryside.
I can assure you I do. Now more than ever.
Heard a witch lived out here. Never would have guessed it was King Foltest's former advisor.
I'm so pleased the world's still able to astound you, Geralt. I actually envy you that sense of wonder. Common in children, knights errant, and morons.
Someone's grown irritable. Is that any way to greet an old friend?
I believe I greeted you with a pleasant view. Now tell me what brings you here.
Totally with you, Gruski. I've been saying that the entire time. The entire time. The game's amazing. The way this has been handled is CDPR's fault.
Any news of your sisters from the lodge?
None. We can't know too much about one another these days. It's safer that way.
Even tried to contact one another?
I've wanted to many times. But I've no way of knowing who would answer, or who might be listening.
So, bet you saw this question coming. What are you doing here?
Let me think. Enjoying the country air? Admiring the unspoilt scenery? Or is it furthering the age-old alliance between the city and its breadbasket? No. I'm in hiding, Geralt. Blind to the state of the world? Don't you see what's happening?
Mean the persecution mages now face?
Yes, that's exactly what I mean. Radovid's new pastime. Pursuing anyone with a whiff of magic about them. Witch hunters. Sound familiar? Murderers scouring the north from end to end, burning books, hanging soothsayers, torturing herbalists.
Torturing herbalists, eh?
Picked a strange place to hide.
I didn't pick anything. In the north, Radovid's men hunt sorceresses like fish in a barrel. Nilfgaard controls the south. Where was I to flee?
Emperor does keep mages on a short leash, but he lets them live and ply their trade.
Radovid and Emma differ in every respect except one. They share a deep hatred of the Lodge of Sorceresses. And I was a member.
So how's it feel to be the village witch?
Horrid.
No joy in having the boundless respect and trust of the local peasantry?
They'd respect anyone who could produce hemorrhoid cream.
Been here a while, haven't you?
Long enough for rot to set in. You cannot possibly imagine how much I detest this place.
Changing the subject. I'm looking for a certain young woman.
Oh, really? Who?
Apparently she quarreled with the local witch.
Someone's been feeding you horseshit. The girls around here are too stupid to quarrel with me.
She's not from here.
You're up to something, Geralt. If I'm to help you, you must tell me what's going on. Who are you looking for?
Ciri.
Ciri? Well, now I understand the secrecy, not to mention the brooding, the furled brow. And you say she had some sort of problem with a witch?
So you haven't seen her?
I'm certain I haven't. But recently, someone asked me about an ashen-haired woman. He claimed she would stand out from the peasant crowd.
Who was it?
Not so fast, Geralt. No humble plea, no offering for the witch.
What's your rate these days? A couple dozen eggs? 3 hens, maybe?
My rate rises with every word you speak. I'm not sure you can afford the information anymore.
You're pricklier than I remembered. Isn't living in nature's lap supposed to be cleansing, calming?
Nature stinks. Oh, sod it, don't give me that look. I know it's Ciri we're talking about. It was an elf, this individual who asked about Cirilla. No flea-bitten Scoia'tael slob either, but an elven mage.
What was an elven mage doing in Velen?
Well, I tried to ask him, of course, about everything.
Of course.
Oh, but you know how elves are. He asked many more questions than he answered.
He say what his name was?
He didn't. And he wore a mask. Very secretive all around, but I liked him. He was intelligent and composed.
He say what he wanted with Ciri?
Only that they were to meet in Velen. He wished to know if she'd arrived before he did.
He leave any message for her?
No, but he asked that were I to meet her, I should lead her to him.
So you know where to find him?
Yes, he said he found a hideout in some elven ruins near the village of Midcopse. I'll go there with you.
Why? Think I'll have trouble finding this place?
I've unfinished business with this elf. He promised me something, but he never delivered it. Besides, I know you think as I do, that she might be there. And I'd like to see Cirilla too.
Let's go then.
Yes, let's.
That was quick.
This is the place.
Been here before?
No. I was hoping the elf would return as he'd promised, or else his waif would appear. At any rate, I've no idea what to expect from this place.
Well, let's find out.
Let's find out. Let me just check what my... Did I put my thingies on right? I think I did. No. I shouldn't have to do that every time, but, you know, that's what it is. Right, meditation for a minute. Boom.
Come on!
Let's go.
Gavella Glan.
Oh, in this universe, who's my favourite character in this universe? Dijkstra's good, but he does make a really stupid decision towards the end of this game, so he's not really at the top of my list. I don't know, you know. Oh, Ambassador Var Atra.
The Wild Hunt.
What? Phantom Riders? That means... I thought they didn't exist.
Feast your eyes on the non-existent then. Got a navigator with them.
What?
Can you teleport us to the other side?
I'd rather teleport us home. Do you really mean to follow them?
Teleport. Hurry up.
Not sure I like any of this.
What's going on with the water? What?
Ready. Follow me.
Damn portals. Wonder where Keira is now.
I forget how aged combat is in this game, and I really do sometimes. I remember it being pretty good, but like, pretty good for 2015 is not pretty good by 2022 standards. It really isn't, unfortunately. I want to know why I didn't burn the drown. I was standing right in the middle of it. But, you know, whatever. Are you kidding me? Look. Hey, I just got the fucking thing. Silly. Do you know what I'm starting to see? There is a YouTuber called Worth a Buy, and he had a go at this game and got loads of hate for it back in the day when it just came out, saying that the combat wasn't very good. I'm seeing what he means now, because if I played this game, not at the time that it came out, but like, you know, years later, I would also be like, this sucks. Why do people think this is very good? So I'm starting to be like, yeah, I understand what you meant. He was harsh, but I understand what he meant.
Keira.
Very glitchy. Doesn't play or feel anywhere near as good as I remember it feeling back in the day. Oh, I'm running out of the place. Whoops. Did anybody else have that issue? About it, you know, did you feel that it stood up to the test of time? Because I really don't think it does. I admire it for a game of its time, but I'm sort of coming into it with a feeling of this should be just as good as any modern game, and it's not. You know, it's just not in terms of its combat. And the Elden Ring's better than this. And that's a FromSoft game as well. Which, you know, FromSoft combat generally for me is funky and not very nice. can't spin my camera around. So enemies like this that disappear, he's able to disappear and like disengage with you for a bit. Enemies like that, they will disappear and then he'll appear at where the camera isn't, and that's it. I can't see him.
Ah! Geralt! Geralt, do something! They're crawling out of those holes! Use a sign or bombs, anything!
Stay calm. They're only rats.
I hate rats! Get them all!
Game, press the fucking button, will ya? Fucking shit.
Disgusting!
Like, I'll forgive Dragon Age Origins and things like that because they're 2009, but come on.
Do you know the diseases they spread?
Why am I attacking rats with a fucking sword, game? Why won't you let me fucking use the button now?
Disgusting.
I'm literally. I was literally pressing the attack button there, and he wasn't doing anything.
Geralt! Disgusting!
Game, why am I doing this?
Get them off! Ah! Ah! Geralt! Exterminate them. I'm disgusting.
You get up here then.
Ah! Thank you.
Not your lucky day. You that afraid of rats? Could have annihilated them with one spell. Fine, won't say anything. So what happened to you?
There's something here. Something that distorts teleportation. I've no idea how they managed to get to the other side problem-free.
Wild Hunt's teleportation magic is different. Got specially trained mages for that. Navigators, they call them.
They can have 3 helmsmen and a parrot for all I care. I'll not risk that again.
Let's go. Wild Hunt got a good head start on us, but we still stand a chance.
Have you gone completely mad? We must leave here at once.
It's the fact that I was having a go at it, and then just when I think I'm safe, he's like, "Oh, there's another one!" And he goes running off to it, and then the cutscene plays. It's just jank. It's just really funny.
If you're scared, turn back. I'm gonna go on.
Stop it. That's emotional blackmail.
You'd really worry about me if I went on alone?
You? I'd be concerned for myself.
Then come with me. Just quick decision, come on.
Very well. Have it your way. How did I ever let you talk me into this ridiculous expedition? Gavella Glan.
Okay, so let me. Yeah, it hasn't aged well. I'm gonna say that it hasn't aged well. Combat in this game, unfortunately.
Larena Luna. Levate, Larena Lunet.
That's him. That's the elf.
See you later, man.
Lady.
What was that? An illusion?
No. A morphotic projection.
You too, Kruski, you too, man.
A what projection?
Something akin to a postbox for mages. Much safer than an ordinary letter, which anyone can intercept en route to its recipient.
Message was definitely for Ciri, daughter of the Gull, Laura Doran's heir.
Indeed. It is what the elves would title Ciri. But what was the bit about the sign of her sword? A riddle?
Yeah, not a hard one, though. Not if you know Ciri named her sword Tiriel, Swallow.
Come now. Who
Only
aside from
cons
you
name
would
their
know
swords.
Might have been the point. Your elven mage secured the passage, hid it, so that only Ciri could find it.
He failed to foresee that someone like you would show up.
Nevertheless, I think he was expecting uninvited guests. Made some preparations. Let's hope the Wild Hunt ran into some obstacles.
Well then, let's go. Do you think following the swallows will suffice?
We'll see.
What's a recent-ish RPG with decent combat, says Gappy Ranks. Weirdly, you're going to really think I'm crazy for saying this. Skyrim with 1 or 2 combat mods. Decent combat. Not amazing, just decent. Decent combat. Does what it says on the tin.
An old elven port.
Must have been how they got here by sea.
I wonder how long ago that was.
Careful. That oily yellow vapor, it's toxic.
I hardly need instruction from you. I recognized the Vulpine Morel immediately.
Vesemir told me that soon after he'd learned to cast Igni, he tried it out on a patch of these mushrooms.
Terrible idea. What happened?
Well, he survived. And wounds heal awfully quick on young witchers. Come on.
Don't make me laugh.
Get your sword out now. Might help me. What? Why? Why did he die? They only breathed it once. What? What? Okay. I mean, alright. Guess that's what we're doing now.
An old elven port.
Must have been how they got here by sea.
I wonder how long ago that was.
Careful. That white yellow vapor, it's toxic.
I hardly need instruction from you. I recognized the Vulpine Morel immediately.
Soon after he learned to cast Igni, he tried it out on a patch of these mushrooms.
Terrible idea. What happened?
Well, he survived. And wounds heal awfully quick on young witchers. Come on.
Stop twisting my fucking camera around, please. Stop it, please. And get your fucking sword out. This game, dude. It's not what I remember at all. Have they introduced books? It's not what I remember at all. Like, it really isn't. Not that I remember blitzing through... Not that I remember blitzing through the game or anything, but Jesus. He wouldn't even get his sword out. He's just standing there with his hands. It's like, oh, Has he forgotten he's a fucking Witcher? I'm done with that bit. Don't want to go back there again. This is another very CDPR thing to do, by the way. Create very nice little landscapes and then hide them with darkness. Big brain. Big brain. Right. Wouldn't it be nice if it got rid of the... Oh, I think we're there. Oh no.
How was the water?
Refreshing. Don't know what you're missing.
I'm guessing we're going through here. I know there's a circle behind me, but there was a swallow symbol here, so I'm guessing that we need to be here. Just a guess. I can hope we do. It's taken us about 9 years to get out of the water, so... For one thing and the game just goes mental. It's like, oh, have all of the wraiths in the world. How dare you? I'm gonna have to switch my light off. It's that dark in here. Pathetic. I'd like to see a new Fable as well. It's just like the old Fable. I think the last Fable they did was pretty much scuppered any chance we're going to get of a really, really good one. As long as Peter Molyneux isn't involved, and it's, you know, not made by the same people who made things like the new Saints Row, it'll be fine. Game, I just want to get out the water, please. I just want to get out the water, please. I just want to get out. Thank you. Thank you. Here.
Swallow. Seems we're headed the right way.
Well, Keira, love, I ran down here before and the game didn't want me going down here, so I wonder why. Are you climbing up here?
Rather similar to that other pillar with the projection.
Sirel, ni fordo sol eser in. Sirel, ni fordo sol eser in. Hey, Sila Kelpie.
Kelpie? Does he mean that sea monster?
No, that's what Ciri named her mare. Horse could apparently gallop like a demon.
Good name for a horse. So, shall we look for it? Gavella Glan.
Oh, I've got to get into this question. What's your reason Rome never conquered Germania? I don't much believe the reason wasn't interesting for them and had little natural resources. Well, that's kind of the reason, Mintoff, but also the reason was they were expanding in more interesting directions. I don't think it's the fact that Germany had nothing in it of interest. I think there were just more other places of the world that had far more interest for them. Britain, for instance, was the land of tin, and tin is something that they really do need to make their armour and weapons and things like that. So, you know, and Spain is full of gold and silver, you know, Africa's full of dye and pearls and wines and all sorts. Essentially, Germania had stuff in it, but it wasn't worth conquering. It wasn't really worth going there and taking anything. And before anybody throws Teutoburg Forest and says, oh, because they've read one little thing of history, not that I mean to be a dick about it, but I've heard the argument so many times. The Romans beat the Germans like seven, 8 different times, and it wasn't even close. They just had no reason to go and conquer Germany. It was just one of those.
Hunting dog. Can't see any connection to Kelpie.
Must you touch everything?
Take half my health away. Thanks, game. Yeah, cool. Okay. I'm just gonna do this then. Get my health back.
Geralt,
Thanks
are you
for.
all right?
You might say so.
What are we looking for? I think it's gonna be down here.
Drawing of a horse. Clue for Ciri. Must be.
I'm trying to... What's he doing? I'm trying to dive, and it won't let me. I'm pressing the dive button. Okay, what's the dive button on PC then? See? It won't let me dive. It won't let me dive. What? I think we run into a game-breaking bug. I want to dive, guys. I want to dive. I'm pressing the dive button. I pressed it on PC as well. The C button for dive. Nothing. Nothing. Okay. I'm rapidly losing interest in playing the rest of this. If this takes me back to the start, the game's in big trouble.
While searching for the witch Ciri had quarreled,
If it takes me
Geralt
back to the
ran
start.
into an old friend, Keira Metz. The sorceress told the Witcher about a masked mage. Ciri had seemed to have taken shelter in his hideout. The Witcher set off to find it, with Keira in tow.
So the game's, as I said last time, the game's now loaded. It just wants to show you this for the next couple of seconds. I don't know why. It could have done the loading thing and we'd be done by now. It's on a very good SSD. It's already loaded. It shows you the loading thing. I don't know why that's there. It's already loaded.
Look, it's rather similar to that other pillar with the projection.
Cyril.
Oh, get on with
Before
it.
the sol esser.
Get on with it. Shut up. Right.
Gavella Glan.
Cyril. Before the sol esser.
Not touching that again. Hey, we worked out how to,
Drawing of a horse. Clue for Ciri. Must be.
Hooray, now we can dive. Hooray.
Kelpie. Another horse. Almost exactly like the last one. Let's see what this does.
Geralt, I don't know what you did, but it worked. Come back here. Look, they're opening. Let's go.
Well, now I know what distorted my effort at teleportation. This very portal.
And I know why I landed in that drowner nest.
You should be pleased you emerged from the portal in one piece.
And everyone still wonders why I hate to be teleported.
We must try to activate it.
Yeah, it was explore, but like, thing is, when you're teaching history, you've got to make sure that you can't just say tin was used in farming tools and things like that. You've got to Hollywood it up. So if tin was used for weapons and armor and shit like that, then make sure you say that so people can actually, you know, have a bit of interest.
Think that's
Teaching trick.
Swallow.
It worked. Come.
Sure it's safe.
Of course. The Elven mage prepared this passage for Ciri. Come on now. Gavella Glan. It's grown awfully quiet.
Is that bad?
A bit like the calm before a storm.
That ain't good.
I've a bad feeling about this.
Tyrael not recognized. Intruders. Destroy the intruders.
Damn it. Shit.
Let Keira batter him. Let Keira kill him. Go on, Keira, you respond. I think his AI broke there, was it?
Gavella Glan.
Take that, you little
And that
bitch.
would be that. I knew we'd met.
That's so? Make sure and tell me beforehand next time.
My intuition's a fine instrument, Witcher. Don't underestimate it. I've some very good feelings about you, for instance. In several domains. Once you finally find Ciri, what will you do? Any plans?
Depends what she wants.
Imagined it. How it will transpire. What will she say? What will she look like?
No.
I'm sorry for getting ahead of myself. At times I forget. We hardly know each other. Certainly not enough to discuss personal matters.
Not to worry. We'll get there.
What's this area?
Uh-oh.
Got that feeling again?
And more.
Show me what you got. Damn it.
Game, what the fuck? Why is my health not going up? Like, for fuck's sake. Like, why is it not going up? Now it's going up a little bit. Right. Oh, guess I'm reloading then? Guess I'm reloading? Just reload. I can't be bothered. Just reload. Just reloading. I can't be bothered. Can't be bothered.
Searching for the witch Syria.
And here we go with this again.
Run into an old friend.
Can you tell I'm not really enjoying it?
Sorceress told the Witcher about a
cheers, Hoya, man. See you later.
Harriet seemed to have taken shelter in his hideout. The Witcher set off to find it, with Keira in tow.
I'm going to see if I can turn the resolution. Maybe I can turn the resolution down. That'll get me some more frames. We'll see.
Gavella Glan.
I'm just getting pissed off
And that
with
would be
it.
that.
Actually, I'm getting a bit annoyed with it. 1 second. Let me just try and turn down my resolution. Has that worked? No. The entire thing is gone. Okay. Let me try that. Hey, we're back. We're back. We're back.
I knew we'd manage.
That's so? Make sure and tell me beforehand next time.
My intuition's a fine instrument, Witcher. Interesting. I've some very good feelings about you, for instance. In several domains.
So I'm wondering what you actually get for killing this guy. Like, do you get anything? I mean...
Once you finally find Sully, what will you do? Any plans?
Hamgal Stamina!
Ow! She got rocked in the face. You got rocked, Wolf. You got rocked. It's off, you're dead. Not as fucking hard when you...
Look, they're opening! Let's
when
go.
you can't take me by surprise, is it?
Gavella Glan.
Bitch. Oh, the frame rate's gotten a lot better since we changed the resolution. That's good. That's good. Alright, well maybe we'll leave RTX on then. Yeah, problem is, man, Kingdom Come isn't that different in terms of jankiness. But hey.
Teleport over there.
We must activate it quickly. I've a feeling another golem's about...
Small out.
Look, it worked! Come on.
Oh, that's bright.
Look, we've managed to cross the bridge. This is where we saw the wild hunt.
Great. Means they're way ahead of us. Come on.
Gavella Glan.
Wild hunt. Definitely.
They destroyed the mage's sentries. They didn't come here for a friendly chat with the elf.
Meaning you ever thought they might have? Froze them before they could attack.
Shadows!
Shadows! That was the most elfy thing ever.
S.I. Pisa. Jabba doin nilin yama. Ren! Shin Sabir!
What is this?
The White Frost. Mage from the hunt summoned it. Can you seal those cracks it's blowing through?
They're too far. We must get closer. I shall shield us with Demetia Crest's surge. Stand at my side. Darian Annoy! Ready.
look.
Stay close.
Hey, Nicola! We must close them!
Want me to go?
I'll do it! Just cover me! Angal Stamina! I'm finished making my necklace.
Cheers, Scotsman. Do you mean that the normal stuff looks better than ray tracing, in your opinion?
Hey, Nicola! Angal Stamina!
Just one more.
Go, bitch.
Hey, Nicola! Angal Stamina! It worked! Darian Annoy!
Keira. What's wrong?
It'll pass.
Thank you very much, Emperor Mintoff.
That took
Cheers, mate.
a great deal of power.
I'm glad my suffering has some meaning for you.
Just don't faint on me.
Now, in your firm embrace, what a new life.
Love to be able to say we could stay here a while and rest.
I know. We must go on.
They blocked the passage. Maybe I can try.
Leave it to me.
All right.
Gavella Glan.
Come, we might still catch them.
Thanks for your help. Pretty tough slog.
Good thing I came with you. You'd never have managed without me, would you? Come now, admit it.
Yeah, never.
He awaits us.
How would you wear that and not know that you're the bad guy? You know what I mean?
You're stubborn, Dwan.
Geralt, I shall help you.
Step back.
Stop telling me what to do.
I wonder how long you last. Get up! Marvin!
Oh, I can't parry him more than once. Okay.
Salafatka! Salafatka!
Geralt, look! He's opening a passage.
Stay calm. Focus.
Oh shit. He goes straight through my parry. Okay, he goes straight through my parry. Need to remember that.
You'll regret that.
Marvin! Get up! Salafatka! Get up!
Ow.
Blood of the hand!
Geralt! Another rift.
Marvin!
Boris! Are you well and whole? I fear...
Unnecessarily. Let's look around.
If I've my knickers on straight, this looks like the elves' laboratory. Look, the elf...
He does look like Skull Knight from Berserk. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Bjork, that is true. Yeah.
Alright, let's watch this message.
Keira, this place is no longer safe. Do not tarry here long. Trust no one. And above all, beware the witches of Crookback Bog. Try to reach the place where last we were together.
Where last we were together, not much to go on. Damn it.
Perhaps it's best he didn't leave a clearer message. The Wild Hunt broke in here. Surely they saw the projection.
They searched everything, and if they had more time, they'd probably have torn the place to the ground. But that doesn't change the fact that we haven't learned anything. Not about the elf, not about Ciri.
Well, we know they were well acquainted and traveling together.
Wonder why they split up.
Perhaps because the Wild Hunt was on the elf's trail, and Ciri would be safer if they did.
The witches of Crookback Swamp.
Crookback Bog.
Keira, if you're hiding something...
But I didn't say...
You know these witches?
I've never met them, but I've read of them. In an old manuscript I found in one of the huts in the village. It mentions the village witches venturing into Crookback Bog at times to liaise between the villagers and the crones, the ladies of the wood. The crones appear to be intolerant of outsiders, but they help the local folk. Apparently, they stopped the spread of the plague in Velen.
What's your take on this?
I'd love to shrug it off as the nattering of so many old women, yet throughout my first fortnight in Velen, I had horrible nightmares. Something was calling me out into the swamps. One night, I decided to enter the dream consciously, render it lucid. I confronted the thing directly. It broke contact at once. Peaceful nights ever since.
Why didn't you say anything earlier? I told you Ciri had a run-in with a witch.
Well, I had no idea you meant them.
She's got a point.
If I'd told you something, you would have rushed off to find them. But we needed first to confirm that Ciri was here, didn't we? I shall tell you everything now, of course.
Now? After I safely led you through the cave?
I can't believe you'd think so poorly of me. Perhaps you do bear a grudge against sorceresses.
Mm-hmm. Can't imagine where that comes from.
To be honest, I get what she's saying. I know she did. She kept some information to herself to get him. Yeah, but yeah, she's doing a. You needed to come here anyway, and I needed to come here anyway. So if I'd have told you the other thing, you'd just gone there first. Which she's got a point. She does have a point.
How do I find them?
The swamps are vast, dangerous, but they say the crones mark the way for peasants who wish to visit them. The manuscript mentions a chapel in Crookback Bog, and from that chapel one must follow a trail of treats.
Treats?
Of course. They didn't read you bedtime stories at Kaer Morhen. All normal folk know that witches live in gingerbread houses poised atop chicken legs.
I'll have to see that to believe it.
Take the tome and read it. I truly do believe you'll find your Cirilla. All right then. As a start, let's look for a way out of here.
Good idea.
I'm not sure it peaks at Velen. I think
Why do we
that's
even come?
kind of unfair. I think it actually. I'm not sure where it peaks. I'm playing it again now, obviously, so I will know where it peaks. But yeah, for me, it doesn't really peak there. I think when I was playing it, it peaked at like Novigrad, somewhere around there. When I was really like, oh, this is brilliant. This, you know.
Mysterious mage herbalist. What's this?
The potion I gave him. Seems he saw a use for it. Drank it.
Must have burned these notes himself. The hunt wouldn't have bothered.
Meaning he knew they were looking for him.
Hey, Brandon. I'm struggling to know how a gamer goes without playing The Witcher at some point.
Strange. My medallion's trembling, but there's nothing here. What's with this wall?
It's an illusion. I sensed it as well. I expected we might run into such things, so I brought this.
Meaning what?
The Eye of Nahalani. It dispels illusions. It's easy enough to build, so you're welcome to this one. It's bound to come in handy. And each time it does, you will think of me.
Thanks.
No, not really. It's more the feeling of the game for me, like rather than like this content's better than that content. It's just the feeling of the game that I liked at that point. So here we go, right? CDPR do this a lot, where they will literally put everything that they have into the opening 10 to 15 hours of a game. I mean, look at the start of Cyberpunk, right? The start of Cyberpunk until you... Spoilers, until you get killed at the end of the main heist of the start of the game. You've been playing that game then for 10, 15 hours, and that's when the credits roll for the start of the game, saying Cyberpunk, and then the game starts, right? You're playing for 15 hours. That 15 hours is highly curated and highly gone over, and is really, 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 really well done and polished. The same for The Witcher 3. The Witcher 3, all the way up and through to the Bloody Baron, is incredibly well polished, incredibly well seen to, just an amazing game from start to finish. And then the game starts to show a few cracks here and there. The talent of the team, though, in Witcher 3 brought them through, and which is why, you know, they kind of papered over the cracks of the rest of the game, so somebody like me doesn't really notice that the quality has dropped off a little bit because you're enjoying the open world so much, you're enjoying the game so much, right? Whereas in Cyberpunk, they didn't really have that talent. They didn't really go that way. Here. There were certainly great bits in it, you know. And I love Cyberpunk as a game, don't get me wrong.
Simple,
but yeah.
Let's see where the passage leads.
I love Cyberpunk. I think it's a fantastic game, but like, yeah, it's still...
Do you feel that? A flow of fresh air from the left. Must be an exit that way.
Good. Let's get out of here.
Wait, there's still the magic lamp.
The magic what now?
Lamp. The elf promised it to me in exchange for my help. And since his return here seems doubtful, I must retrieve it myself. If I can find it, that is. Will you help?
Yeah, I'll help.
Splendid. Come then.
She helped me, I help her, so...
Gavella Glan. We're certain to find something.
Right, let's go with... That's quite good. I like that. That's cool. I really like Cyberpunk. Yeah, I love it. Now I do. Now it's one of my favourite games, and I cannot wait for the new DLC. It's gonna be brilliant. But when it came out, it was a travesty, to be honest with you. And you could really tell the quality started to dip later on. The thing that they do very, very, very cleverly is that they introduce later on, they have 10 to 15 quests that aren't involved in the story that are really well written, and they're peppered throughout the game. Do you know what I mean? So as you get later, I remember there was one about like the mayor of somebody running for mayor of Night City, and you have to do something for him because you think he thinks he's being watched. And it's a super cool story, even though it doesn't really have a very good resolution because you don't really find out what happens, but it's still a really cool story. You know, things like CDPR do things like that to keep you engaged, and I quite like it. But yeah, the games do not. The first quarter of a CDPR game is a 10 out of 10, right? The rest of it's a 6 or a 7.
Inscription here.
Show me.
Can you translate the inscription? I can decipher maybe a third, but that third doesn't make much sense.
Give me a minute. I was never any good at the high variant of the Elder speech. All right. This might seem a bit literal. I'm afraid I can't replicate its sophisticated internal
Yeah, I love the
rhymes.
Rogue storyline as
Just
well.
translate it to make sense.
She deserved so much better as a character. I really liked her.
4 guardians, 4 flames, standing proud in a line. The first to light his fire dared not march on the end. The second, by the first, played a woeful lament. The third kept close to his faithful beast. The fourth marched not beside the first, yet, like the second, played a tune. And thus they stood o'er their queen, who slept beneath flickering stars.
Sounds like a riddle, all right.
So... Oh, Panam, yeah. Jesus Christ, yeah. Yeah, I agree with you, Up, yeah. Games do that all the time where they give you, like, a time thing. Like, Fallout 4 did it. The Witcher 3 does it to a lesser extent. Because as a Witcher, you need to eat and survive on the road whilst you're trying to find Ciri. So it makes sense that you would take side quests to just stay alive. So it did it to a lesser extent. But then, for some reason, Cyberpunk did it as well. And Cyberpunk's the worst sinner for this. Is that you're given a time frame of like you're going to die unless you solve this problem. Oh, by the way, here's 99 side quests that are really interesting that you should totally go and do. It's like, no, I'm about to die. Why can't I? I get what you're saying. Yeah. Yeah, same with their Fallout 4. Yeah, I want to find my son. Well, go and make 19 farms. Why? I want to go find my son. Bethesda kind of solved that, because once you've found your son, and then you've worked with him for a little bit, if you go your own way and you decide not to help him and you become enemies with him, you can take your character in a much darker direction, and then the open world opens up and you go out and you do all the things that you haven't done yet, you know what I mean? Because you're working against the Institute, and it's quite a tragic story of you fighting against your own son. That's great, but the thing is, the game doesn't tell you to do that. The game tells you to go and find Sean, and then tells you to go and do loads of farming. The same thing happens in Cyberpunk. The game tells you to save your own life from Keanu Reeves, and then tells you to go and fucking do all these mad quests. It's just, you know. I think there is a way in Cyberpunk to do it properly as well, where my V ends up having to do merc quests to survive, to get money, to actually live and eat, and have a roof over his head, and to get his medication. I always said that his medication cost money. That would be a really good way of doing it. You know, the beta blockers that he has? To keep his condition in check, so he doesn't die sooner, he needs to do these missions to get money to get the thing, right? That would be a really cool way of doing it. But anyway.
Mind repeating the riddle?
4 guardians, 4 flames, standing proud in a line. The first to light his fire dared not march on the end. The second, by the first, played a woeful lament. The third kept close to his faithful beast. The fourth marched not beside the first, yet like the second played a tune. And thus they stood o'er their queen, who slept beneath flickering stars.
All right, let's see if we can solve this. What was that inscription again?
4 guardians, 4 flames, standing proud in a line. The first, to light his fire, dared not march on the end. The second, beside the first, played a woeful lament. The third kept close to his faithful beast. The fourth marched not beside the first, yet like the second played a tune. And thus they stood o'er their queen, who slept beneath flickering stars.
What was that inscription again?
4 guardians, 4 flames, standing proud in a line. The first, to light his fire, dared not march on the end. The second, beside the first, played a woeful lament. The third kept close to his faithful beast. The fourth marched not beside the first, yet like the second played a tune. And thus they stood o'er their queen, who wait. Something just happened.
Solving it.
Behind that wall, a movement.
I'm so clever.
Whose grave is it? What do you think? No inscription, sadly.
Sign of the gull. If I didn't already know where she was buried, I'd guess this is Laura Doran's sepulcher.
Perhaps it's a monument to her.
Can't see the elves commemorating her this way. Heroine of a tragic legend to some, but most see her as a traitor to her race, who got her just deserts for marrying Cregennan of Laud.
Perhaps the Elven mage is Lara's kin. It would explain why he's helping Ciri.
Possible. This what you're looking for?
Uh-huh.
So what's it supposed to do?
I hope I'll be able to activate it. Let's leave this place, shall we?
We going? Now Helene's eye. Ought to use it.
At last. But it was worth it, right? You learned something about Ciri in the end. Something important. Do you intend to venture into Crookback Bog? You must tell me about it afterwards.
Don't know that I'll get the chance.
Geralt, there are 2 types of men. Those who see opportunity and take advantage, and those who forged the opportunities themselves. I've always seen you as an example of the latter. Besides, I've a favor to ask you. So, visit me sometime?
No, she helped me through.
I'll stop by. You can be sure.
In that case, I shall be waiting.
See ya, Keira.
Alrighty. What are we doing next? Bloody Baron, Ladies of the Wood. Secondary quests, Wild at Heart. Invitation from Keira Metz. I'm gonna clean all this up before I do the Bloody Baron stuff. Yeah, the ending I got for Cyberpunk was actually a good one. I found out in the end, where I just left with Panam and the nomads. It is really elegant. If you play a male nomad, I stumbled across like the best combination for my character, like what I wanted to do. So I felt really lucky in that, cause I always wanted to play a nomad from the start because I like the nomads. And I like driving, and you know, I just became a nomad. And it's really great how V loses his nomad family in the start, before the game even starts. It feels like he's an outcast, he's on his own. And then he finds a new one in the Elder Caldos and with Panam. I thought it was really, really cool. And yeah, I got a good ending. The good ending is, basically, you're still going to die in 6 months, but there's a lot of hope there in that... it may take 6 months, it may take a couple of years, where eventually the sickness will get you. But of course, they were saying also that, you know, the Elder Caldos might have found something that could help V, and you're off to go and see what that is. And so it's the most hopeful ending you can get for V, which is kind of tragic, really. But you know, it's a beautifully told story, I think. Alright. I always remember how to kill those things. You hit them with fire first, and then they just crumble.
That's it, Roach.
We could just go do the crones, couldn't we? Let's do the crones. Let's do the crones. Ladies of the Wood. Read Ladies of the Wood. It just feels wrong that I'm going straight to a beck and call. Fuck that woman. I want to read Ladies of the Wood. There we go. there a smith here? Yes, there is. Wonderful. Are you the smith?
What no, no.
Where'd you come from?
Don't know. I'm going to meditate till morning.
We's catching snails!
You ain't safe unless you got a Gabrielle. The auto-crank one-handed Gabrielle ensures you get the first shot and the last word.
Oh, really? Oh, that's cool.
Need something crafted.
I don't need anything crafted, but I do need stuff repaired. Thank you.
So long.
We's catching snails!
I don't think we'll be doing the Bloody Baron tonight, Bjork. It's a long quest, but we're gonna start off Ladies of the Wood, though. I wanted to go down that road there, Roach, but you know, I'm glad you decided to go down this road instead.
Run, Roach.
Fucking hell. The fucking... Not bothered.
Barbarians.
I wish there was a first-person mode in this game. In fact, I think in the next Witcher there should be a first-person mode. So you can really get to grips with how the world looks around you and stuff. That'd be super cool. Where is this path? Look on the horse. The horse literally charged into them. Good on you, Roach. For once. It's helping, for once. Good on you, Roach, for once.
Ghoul nest. Ought to just destroy it.
You don't have the right bomb, just fucking do this. Job done. Gamey bullshit again. Just gamey bullshit. No, you can't destroy it with that. You gotta destroy it with a bomb. Right, okay. Fucking hell. Calcium Equum. No idea where we find that from. Celandine, though, I think I can get from around the place. Is this it? I can't tell because the game wouldn't tell me. Parsley leaves. I think Celandine's the yellow one, right? I think it's the yellow one. White myrtle. think this is it. Ha! Lovely. Starting to feel like a witcher now. I'm actually making shit. Okay, summon block.
Ghoul nest. Ought to just destroy it. Stench.
Am I planning to go to Warhammer World in May? No. No. I mean, I guess if, like, if I want to see some friends, I might pop down there, but we'll see. I was wondering why that grassland was so flat, and then it was, oh no, it's water. The Astral Blades Codex is very nearly done, by the way. We are, I think I'm maybe 3 units away from it being finished. So when it does come out, when I do release it for general consumption, it will be in an alpha form. So there'll be no art in it to start with. It'll be no frills. All the information you need to play the Astral Blades, kind of like an index that we got at the start of 8th edition. All the information you need to play Astral Blades will be there and available. Everything else, though, will be later. So all the lore and all the rules are there. So all the meat and potatoes is there. All the frills will come later on. So that'll come later on.
Come on, Roach.
Ah, isn't that pretty? Isn't that pretty? There is, in terms of the lore videos, there is Black Legion, which will be on Thursday. It'll be right. We're going to do our first Chaos video on the Black Legion and Abaddon as well. And we're also going to be doing a video on... The next video after that will be on Night Lords, which will be the next Tuesday. And then the following Thursday, we'll be doing our first Xenos faction in the Tau. We're going to be doing the Tau first. Death Watch will be coming at some point as well, man. Yeah, Death Watch will be coming at some point. Thing is, I wouldn't change very much about the Death Watch. I really like them as they are. Like, the Death Watch are pretty perfect as they are. I would mainly throw their lore into the Black Shield, but I think that's already what they are. So, you know. It would literally be me explaining the Death Watch, what's good and bad about them, and then saying, also, I would not change anything about the Death Watch because I really like them. So, and literally that would be it. Which says a lot when you think about it. When you think about I would actually change quite a lot about the Grey Knights, and I'm a huge Grey Knight fan.
That'll never work. You die in agony. Fucking shit.
fuck's next? You boy. Say a sunshine.
Now you've got my fucking goat!
Now you've got my fucking goat. Alrighty then.
I've no gold. I've not, in fact, but you ever come to Claywich? I'll have a bloody barmy reward for you. You watch, wait and see.
That's it, Roach.
Don't they already do that, though? In terms of the Death Watch, man oh man? Don't they already do, like... You know, not all these Marines like each other because they're from different chapters. You know, don't they already do that? I swear they did.
Boy, you there. Oh, look, we got ourselves a customer.
Not about to buy anything from you.
Afraid you're mistaken. If we're to let you pass, you gotta pay.
And if I don't?
Then you die.
I'll cross, but I'm not gonna pay you a broken copper.
What is this curd? Ah, curd. Now we hit the spot.
Yeah, come on.
Just don't do it. Just don't do it, boys. See a guy walking around with 2 swords on his back who's like 2 feet taller than you. It looks like he just stepped out of a fucking medieval life catalogue. Don't try and fight him. It's just ridiculous. I don't know what. I'm gonna use this. I tried to give the game a benefit of the doubt and go through the actual world for it, but nah, I'm not doing it. Right. Swim across from the bandit camp and then we're done. Right, Viob, see you later, man. Have a good one. Swim across from the bandit camp. Ah! Yeah, the tower gonna be an interesting video.
That stench. Slow now. Whoa.
Leave that alone. Just fucking about.
Move it!
Right. I think I'm there, guys. I think I'm done for the eve. I'm going to head to bed myself. Or not head to... Well, the dragon up there. I'm not going to head to bed, but I'm going to, like, get a shower and chill out for the night. So, thank you very much for watching the night 3 of The Witcher. I will be back tomorrow with night 4. And we will see where we go from here. I'm really loving it. So, well, there are certain parts of it that I'm not liking, but as we get on in the game, and I'm getting used to it, and I'm starting to settle into the jankiness, which is what happens in these games. You've got to settle into it. You can't just jump in, expect it all to be 21st century stuff, 21st century, 2022 stuff. I'm expecting it to play like a modern day game, and now that I'm giving it a bit of a lax, I'm giving it a bit of a free pass in my mind, I'm actually enjoying it a lot more. So, you know, we'll see how we go. It might not be a complete playthrough. I'm hoping it's going to be, though, because... yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. Like, especially, I'm noticing towards the latter half of these streams, I'm really enjoying it. Because I stopped trying to say, this is a 2022 game, and this company's a load of bollocks. And I just enjoy the game. So I think from next time on, I'm just going to do that from the start. To be like, okay, take it as face value. We're only playing it on ultra settings because they couldn't figure out how to do anything else with RTX. That's fine. And then we'll go from there. Alright? Love you all a long time. I'll speak to you tomorrow, where we're going to be doing some Hobby Nightmares. See you then. Have a good one. Bye.